Hello everyone. Today we're going to be painting a very nice rainbow leprechaun. This painting is for St. Patrick's Day. It's really fun. It's really easy. It deals with a few color mixes, but this is a great painting to learn color mixes because we're going to be painting a nice rainbow. So before we get started, let's just go over the equipment. What we provide for you is a spatula. Use this spatula to remove the peels. We give you a plastic apron to help protect your clothing. We provide you with 2 brushes that you could paint any of the projects that we provide you with. We give you a paper towel. We give you a half palette sheet, and you can put the paint on the glossy side. And we also provide you with the colors. Colors we're going to be using today are blue, white, red, yellow, and black. We're going to be mixing a few of these together to give us purple and orange. And we're just going to have some fun. We're going to push around a few colors and be creative. This is what the painting's going to look like. Ideally, beautiful leprechaun, nice grass, beautiful rainbow. And here's our peel. Peel is attached to our 8x10 canvas, and we're going to get started. I'm going to be painting with my old beat up brushes because I like them for my level of comfort. And if you have your own brushes, please feel free to use them. We provide you with everything that you need to paint with, but there's nothing like having some old friends around. So I'm going to get started here, and I'm going to be painting this background. The cool thing about the peel is it's going to block off the areas that we want to keep to paint other colors in later, so we could just have fun, be free, and not worry so much about anything. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab a little bit of white. I'm just going to spritz that over into these areas. Pardon me while I get this to get a fix for me. Just going to put some color in my painting to get started. And again, you could paint over the peel, so don't worry about it. And then the next color I'm going to pick up is a touch of blue. And we always like to provide you with a lot more colors than you're going to need. I even squeeze out a lot more colors than you'll actually use because I want you to see them for purposes of the video. Here I'm just going to be painting in a sky, like a kind of a sky background. So I'm looking for some gradated light blues, some blue colors, and that's why I like to put the white down. Put a little bit of that there. Touch a little bit here. A little bit more over here. And then let's just bring that color down around here. This is going to be really fast, really fun, really easy. Just going to scrub the color in and around my peel. And just that fast, we're pretty much blocking in our sky. I'm just holding the canvas down with one finger so it doesn't move on me. Yeah. Let's lighten this up here a little bit. And let's lighten up over here a little bit. Okay, there's my sky background. I'm not going to worry too much about this because I will be adding some black down in here. But I do want to make sure I cover these divots down in here. Like so. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is clean off our brush. Just move it over here. Ring the bell. Wipe it on the paper towel. From here on out, I'll be working with much smaller brushes for detail. Now this is how you remove the peels. Basically what you want to do is just grab the spatula somewhere around the neck area, and use any of these corners here. And all you're looking to do is lift anything. Once you get the smallest amount lifted, you could just come in and just peel away. This is going to be our rainbow. And this, of course, is going to be our leprechaun. So why don't we just leave him for now, because we could always come back and get to that. And what I want to get now is, I'm going to get this flat brush, dip it in water to loosen up the bristles. Now, even though you don't have any lines here, you just want to paint some stripes. Use your imagination. You know, make the lines up as you go. And don't worry about this bottom part here, because again, we're going to be putting black all across the base here. So no matter what colors come down or go over, we're just going to leave that to correct it later. So the rainbow colors are going to be red, orange, yellow, a light green, green, a blue, and purple. And we're going to try to fit them in as best as we can. The first natural color we're going to use is red. Now the red is going to stretch along the top of the rainbow. This nice flat brush should make it easy for you just to take the brush, let it work its own width, and just paint towards the edge. You see that width? That's a pretty good width. Let me show you a trick. If you hold the brush on its side, you can literally paint the top part just to get yourself blocked in like that, and then bring it right on across. Excuse me, like this. And then you can go back, use the flat part, and just trail off a line. It requires you to load the brush every now and then, but I'm using the brush's own width to help make my first color in my rainbow. So I'm just going to take my time, and you should too. Don't be in a rush. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Because this painting is really, really easy. And I'm just going to come right around. See? It's going to be my first stripe. Taking my time, just pulling the brush nice and slow, just going over. Just going to fatten it up just a hair. There you go. This is looking really, 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 really good. And again, you can limit your rainbow colors. So if you don't get them all in because you made yours too fat or too skinny and you have to make some fatter than others, it's fine. It's a rainbow. It's a rainbow. Okay, so there's our first color. There's our red. Okay, it looks good to me. It looks good to me. Now the next color we're going to use is going to be a combination. We're going to use a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow. We're going to mix those together, and we're going to get us an orange out of this. Wipe this brush off, just to get some of the darker red off. Come back with the yellow again. Just want to mix me up a nice little orange. There you go. That's a nice orange. See that? Just a matter of stirring it like you do a soup. And you could do the same thing with that. You can go right to the edge of the red and just paint in a line to establish the orange color. Just going to go right along the bottom edge. And if it touches, it's fine because we already got red mixed in this color. So how much harm could that be? See? We got that. Just going to mix up a little bit more, make it nice and juicy. And then I'm going to take the width of the brush again, and I'm going to paint an orange stripe, an orange rainbow. There we go. We can call them stripes if we want. See, just come right off. And I'm just going to ride this right along the edge, just like we did the red. Taking my time, making it nice and fat. The width of the brush. Loading up color as I go. And then just pulling it till it comes to an end. There. And there's our orange rainbow stripe. Now I'm going to clean off my brush. And we're just going to go into some straight yellow. And we're going to establish the yellow right below the orange. And we're just going to take and draw us a line. And again, the yellow and red made the orange. So if it touches into the orange a little bit, no harm, no foul. Easy peasy. See how it has that nice arc to it? Because of our peel, we have ourselves a really good layout. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to make me a nice, easy, beautiful yellow. We said we could call them stripes, so let's just call them a stripe. See? Get some nice fresh yellow. Come right over and just close it off. There we go. And you see, the one thing I'm not doing is taking the color and bringing it down. I'm taking it and letting it be as if it's imaginary, as if it's falling off to the other side over here. Like that, just to keep my arc. See? And now the next color we're going to make is actually a green. The cool thing about the yellow is you already have it on your brush. If you touched into a tiny bit of blue, voila, you make a green. And since we want a light green, we're literally going to take and add lots of yellow. And then I'm going to take and wipe off my brush to get the darker color off. Maybe even put it into the water for a moment. Make sure I dry it. And then I'm going to come back and grab some straight yellow. Go right over here and mix me up a very, very light green. Because we want 2 shades of green. So it's almost like a pea soup green. That's fine. Now we're going to take that color and we're just going to draw us a line first right along the border of our yellow one. And again, the yellow and blue makes green. So if it touches into the yellow a little bit, it's perfectly harmonious. It's fine. They're like brothers or sisters. They're family. It's a family of color. Now we're going to pull in our line or our stripe. You see what I'm doing? So we have our red, we have our orange, we have our yellow, we have our light green. We're getting there. Told you this painting is fun. It's easy. We're creating rainbows. Who doesn't like a rainbow? Who does not like a rainbow? Supposedly, good luck. Pot of gold sits at the end of a rainbow. I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. Yeah, we're getting there. We only have 3 more colors to go before our rainbow is finished, give or take. So I'm just gonna pull this like that. There. Now, the next green we're gonna make is exactly how we made this one, except we're gonna add a touch more blue. The more blue you add, along with yellow, the darker the green gets. And we want a nice dark green. So here, this is cool. Now we have 3 more stripes to go. So now we're just gonna take and draw us a nice dark green line. And need I say how the harmony or family of this color works? Because it's just a darker version of this, they could definitely touch with no problem. Here's where if you think you need to go into your color a little bit, maybe you made it a little too fat and you want to shorten it a little bit, you can definitely go just right over it. Because it's the same color, except this one's darker. So now I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to make this stripe that's going to represent the green. Okay, we just go in, put some blue, more yellow, keep it dark. I'm just making the paint juicy so that I could grab it here and just keep going around. Because I got 2 more stripes to go, and I want to make sure I have the colors in the space. So for this one, I'm just going to kind of go at an edge a little bit. Beautiful, right? Easy, right? Just going to use the side of the brush. Come over here. Dark. Get this last bit. Bring it on around. There. It's good enough for me. Now I'm going to clean off my brush. And what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to go right into some blue. So I'm going to grab some straight blue. I'm going to draw me a line. I'm going to take that blue right underneath the green. And yes, believe it or not, the green and the blue are family. Why? Because we put yellow and blue together to make green. So the blue and the green are in the same family. Told you could learn a lot about colors just from painting this rainbow. I'm going to make sure I leave just enough for my last stripe, which is going to be purple. And wait till you hear the trick with this purple. There. Now, along the edges, I'm going to leave it kind of skinny. And I'm going to make it a little fatter right up in here, so I can leave just enough room for that last color to take over. So I'm going to try to paint now, thinking about that last color. Making sure I leave just enough room for it to be by itself and not be too fat or too skinny in comparison to the rest. And this may seem like it's taking a lot of time, but what you're doing is you're just painting stripes, one underneath the other, one touching the other. Okay, we're gonna call that. That's good. That's good. Maybe I'll fatten it up in a few areas. That's looking good. Now this last color is actually a combination of red and blue to make purple. So you take a little blue, you take a lot of red, you mix them together, stir it up like soup. You can't really tell what the color is yet, but if you take a touch of white, so a touch of white, put that in there, what do you see? Purple. So let's clean the brush off. And yes, blue and purple are in the same family because it's mixed with red and blue. So I'm going to take some of this, maybe put a little bit more white to it. Make it nice and light so you can see it. It's a beautiful purple. I'm going to draw a line. See? And when you made this beautiful purple color, of course you use white to lighten it up, but it was primarily made from red and blue. Now these are basic things, and I know that some of you already know the color wheel and all that, but how cool is it to paint all of these colors from this limited palette that we had, colors that wasn't originally on the palette, but we made them for the purposes of our painting. I mean, there is like thousands of colors, thousands. And they all originate from red, yellow, and blue. They're what you call primary colors. And from those three colors, you literally, and of course if you had a touch of white, which they don't call it a color, but it is, you know, for purposes of us understanding that it's a color, white and black are not colors. You can't mix white. You have to make it. It has to be created. You can't mix, well, you could mix black if you mix a lot of dark colors together, but it will never come out as dark as black is. Black is a manufactured color, not a combination. Let's take a little bit of purple, a little bit of red, blue, mix a little bit more over here. Just need a little bit more, touch of white with that. Touch more white. And let's try to finish this up. Just gonna come to the edge here. Just gonna take my time. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a rainbow. But I do want it to finish off as neat as possible so we can get into that last few stages of painting to finish this up. Doing great. Doing great. You followed along, you had fun. Just gonna take my time and cover this white part here to give me my purple. Put a little color mixture to this. This is fine. And there's our rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, light green, green, blue, and of course, purple. It's good enough. Now the next thing I'm going to do, before I even peel, is I'm going to take some of this black, and I'm just going to run the dirt line. Now I could see the feet of my leprechaun here, so I'm just going to run a line right along his feet. Let's say here, come right across here with it. There. And that's going to be the ground in which our leprechaun is standing on. It's dark. We're using it for artistic purposes. You want to make it grass, you can. Just add yellow to this. That'll make a green. May not be that green, but it'll be a green. Just gonna paint this across. Get this ground in. There. There. Now that's gonna be my ground. That's where my leprechaun is doing his little jig on that. Okay, clean off this. Take our spatula out. Now the last but not least part of this is going to be to paint our leprechaun. We've given you a pointed brush. You could use that. You could use a flat brush or anything that you want to, because once you peel this off, you're going to have the outline that you need to know what you have to fill, which is everything that's white. So you could take this pointed brush, small tiny flat brush, the brush we just used. I'm going to use the pointed brush because I want to take and fill in some of the details, like his pipe. So I'm just going to take my time, put some color on the brush. Everything from here is black. So I'm just going to take my time and keep with the shapes, not go here and then run somewhere else. And then I'm going to work his ear around here, his hat area up here. See? Maybe I'll get the top hat part started. Right now I'm just doing the outline. And I'm going to show you why I'm doing the outline. Because then whatever is open in the inside, I could take a fatter brush and just paint it. But I'm using this thin brush to help me get all of the edges. The little things, like the little shapes. Like over here. There's an opening right here, so I'm going to leave that. Get his other part of his hat. It'll all make sense in a second. Then I'm going to come down, catch his other ear. Keep going around his shoulders. Start coming down around his arm. And I'm purposely doing the edges, but I'm making the edges really fat. So I don't have to come close to them at all. Here's a little part of his sleeve. I want to keep that. Then you go off into his thumb. Come down here and start his hand. He has a few fingers exposed. So I'm just going to paint those. Change up my direction. Catch over here. We're almost done. We're just moments away. Because, I mean, you could go ahead and call this done. Because everything in here is black. Everything is black. I'm going to just jump to this side real fast. Put this thumb in. Catch his sleeve again. This time I'm going to go up his arm. Shoulder, arm. Come down and catch his hand. Once you have all of this painted black, you will see the leprechaun just as you've seen him in white. Just as you've seen him in our demo picture. So not to worry. Just going to fill his hand in. Going to come over and do his bottom of his sleeve. Do the bottom of this sleeve. Fill his hand in. Come on down around. I'm just trying to show you. I mean, I could have stopped, painted this like just showing you, paint it, and then come back and everything's black. But I just want you to see that while I'm doing this outline is because I want to take, even this brush, and just go right in and fill in everything else. So I don't want to lose the detail to the shapes, so I'm just going around the outside. Here's a shoe. You got a back heel, leaving space for his coattail. Make his other shoe. Just going to fill this in because it's such a tiny area. So might as well just go ahead and block that in. I'm going to jump to the other side so you can continue to see. Catch his other shoe. Bring all of this right to the ground. Just darkening where my hand may have touched. Catch his other shoe here. The shoe tip. And you know what? Now that we have that painted, let's just fill it in. Such a small area. And then I'm just come on this side, drag it on his body, go down to his knee, come back down his leg. Just gonna fill that in. Nice. Now he has a coattail, so let's do the coattail. There's a line here and here. Now I'm purposely doing this so you can see the little details that I'm not just covering up. I'm leaving them for them to show later. Go inside his leg. Go inside his coattails. And there. Now I'm going to clean off this brush. Grab this fatter brush. Go into a lot more color. And then I'm just going to fill in the interior of the white parts that I left. Leaving that little hole open. That's his clover that's extended on his hat. And he's in shadow. So again, it's all black. So I'm just filling in the inside of my leprechaun. There's his head area. Come here and do his arm. And see, by doing the edges, now I'm just blocking in the inside. I'm not worried about going out there anywhere. And I'm not going to lose all those little details because I used the detail brush, skinny brush, to salvage them. And here is our leprechaun. Bam. Blocked in. Now, you can stop right here and your painting is finished. You can say, that was great. I'm done. And your painting would look absolutely beautiful. I'm going to dip my pointed brush into a little water. Bring it back to a point. And all I'm going to do down here at the bottom is flip up some grass blades. So I'm just going to take the brush and just let it create some really cute little lines that are going to act as grass blades that are just all along the bottom of my painting. See? Just to give a little extra something in between his legs. There's a few lines. And see, I'm just going like I'm making hair. I'm pulling it in left, right, up, down, straight, left, right. Just letting it make its own little levels of grass. There. See? And that's just how easy it is to create this very lovely scene. You could spend hours doing this. Well, I hope you had fun. I know I did. I look forward to painting with you again. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a like if you enjoyed painting this picture. And we'll talk to you next time. Well, until next time, Have fun, paint and have fun, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.